I've always been hungry, man. So I've
Yeah.
started selling drugs, especially like the uni, because everybody here has money, right?
Wait.
So I
Hold on,
started
hold
from,
on. You said you started selling drugs?
yeah. I don't know. I was hoping if you could ask me some questions to see, such that I can see where my knowledge is, right?
Right.
If it
And
matches my peers.
what country did you say you were in? Did you say which where you're at?
No, I didn't say. I live in Norway,
Norway. Okay.
so yeah.
Okay, cool. And you said you're most comfortable with like C and Python?
Yeah. Uh, I wouldn't say I'm an expert at it, but I've got my assignments. I've also made some like side project and stuff, and it's not like straight off my head type of stuff. I always have to like Google, see other solutions. What's the best way to do this? Why people use that solution? That's what I've been doing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense. And let me ask you as well, what like if I was to ask you what programming language are you most comfortable with? I get that in school you did C and Python, but like if you were to take a
Yeah,
test right now, what language
yeah.
would you use?
Honestly, I would use probably Python, but we
Okay.
mainly use C. But I feel like my brain, for some reason, it can't like grasp all of the low level stuff. And in this semester, we're also using assembly, which is even like worse. But
Sure.
yeah, we manage. We manage.
Do you have any what courses in school did you take? It's the last question before we'll get into things.
Yeah, so I took mostly all of them. I've done computer networking. I'm taking currently like OS right at this semester. So we're implementing our own operating systems.
Mm.
I've done then I'm taking software engineering course, which is the web app stuff. I've done discrete math and all of that math stuff. What other courses was yeah, data structures and algorithms. I've
Did you
done
say
that.
computer
And
hardware?
uh, yeah, yeah, I did that last year too. We did like computer organization and architecture. Yeah,
Okay. Cool. I mean, wow, that's a lot. If I have x equals 1,
yeah.
where is x stored and where is 1 stored in Python?
Where's X stored and where's one stored? So okay, I'm guessing you're talking about like the stack and heap stuff.
Yeah.
So the stacks are for uh, so heap is like I think when you in Python, did you say?
Yeah, in Python.
Yeah, so the variables and data which is used under like the process of when a program is running, it's in the stack. And I think when you're like compiling and the values are already given, it's in the heap. I don't know if that's like 100% certain. I'm kind
Is
of unsure on that.
is Python compiled?
I know it's an interpreted language.
Okay, so where would 1 be
Where would one be?
when x equals 1 in
Uh,
Python?
oh, that's in the stack.
Okay, where's
As the
x?
stack is like dynamic.
What does that
The
mean the stack?
X.
Sorry, let me pause there. What do you mean the stack is dynamic?
So by saying dynamic, it's like it has the ability to grow and shrink. So let's say when a function has been called and it's like in the stack, and that function is either terminated or it has finished, then the stack like, how should I say, it goes out of that. So that function is removed since it has been completed.
Sure, but I mean a heap can grow and shrink. I
Yeah.
don't understand the distinction you're trying to make. But let's go back to the question, which is you said 1
Okay.
is on the stack and where is x?
My intuition says it's also on the stack, right?
Okay.
Since when we're talking about Python, it's an interpreted language, then it means you don't compile it. So it's
So,
also on this, yeah,
okay, let me ask you with regards to the heap in the stack.
yeah,
There's a saying in Python that everything in Python is a.
object.
Okay. Where does Python
I have
allocate
nightmares
object?
about,
Sorry?
yeah, sorry for, nah, it was just a joke. I have nightmares about the object stuff.
Okay.
Continue, please.
So if everything in Python is an object, and where does Python
Uh,
allocate objects?
where does Python allocate objects? Hmm, I'm kind of unsure about that. We haven't gone into that a lot. But if I
Oh,
had to guess, where does Python allocate stuff? I'm gonna go with heap this time.
did
And
you
this
read
is
the?
just pure guessing. This is
Did,
just pure guessing.
I don't want you to read the chat.
No, I don't have even the chat.
Okay, because I
It's
don't
like the
understand how you
Google Meet
say
is
every.
full.
I don't understand how you say everything is a object, and every object's on the heap, but then say one's allocated on the stack. Is one not an object?
One, I guess, is object, but that's the thing, though. I kind of half guessed it. It's not
Okay.
like real knowledge
Okay, that's fine. I would say you're wrong on that. So one is on the heap, not on the stack.
on a heap.
Yeah.
Could you explain it, please, if you care?
Yeah. Everything in Python's an object,
Okay.
and when the program is running, it needs to create
Mm,
an object because it doesn't know that
okay.
one exists there beforehand. It doesn't know what the type of X is going to be beforehand. And if it doesn't know what X is
That's
going to be
true.
beforehand, while it's running, it needs to then allocate space for it. If it had a
Mm,
if Python was compiled, it would know beforehand that we have this object X of type int, and int is 4
mm,
bytes. So we can reserve space on the stack for 4 bytes. But
mm.
because it doesn't have that information, it needs to create it on the fly.
Okay,
So it
thank you very
creates
much
one
for
and
that.
places on yeah, it creates one and places it on
You
the heap.
connected my neurons in the brain right now.
No, it's good. I mean, your professor should have done it, but I'll do it if your professor doesn't.
Yeah,
Um,
nah,
yeah.
he
Um,
probably did. I just, the first couple of years, I just skipped class because ADHD and family stuff and blah, blah,
it's
blah,
okay. No, no,
unnecessary.
it's okay.
Just, yeah.
Listen, everybody has whatever
Yeah,
challenges they're going through.
100%.
Um, okay. Let's talk about what's your favorite library in Python?
Favorite library. To be honest, haven't used that much. I'm taking also computer like security this year.
Okay.
I guess that's the only like real stuff where we have dabbled in libraries. It was like Crypto Dome, and it's like for encryption and stuff. So I
Okay.
guess I guess that's a cool
So one of the
library.
things I bring this up because one of the fears you had at the beginning of the call was like a fear of imposter syndrome. So if
Yeah.
I ask you what your favorite library is and you're not entirely sure, or the one that you've
Mm,
referred to as one that you've learned in school effectively, with
yeah.
very little familiarity, to me that's a way to suss out a potential imposter. Because I would say a
Okay.
non-imposter is somebody that has a very strong grasp of what they like and what they don't like because
Mm,
they've used it so much. So that's why I
mm.
decided to ask you that question. So the more you use Python, the less you'll feel like an imposter. Does that make sense?
That makes sense totally.
Okay. Um, the next question I want to ask you relates to Python. It's a little harder. It's related to memory
Yeah.
allocation in Python.
Okay.
How does Python allocate
That's
memory?
so I know Python is written in C, and in C we use malloc to allocate memory, right? So I'm
Okay,
guessing under the hood somewhere they're using malloc to allocate memory.
that's right. Do you know how large an item needs to be for Python to explicitly call malloc for its creation?
Um, I'm guessing 4 bytes because an int is a 4 byte, and after I kind of have like conflicts in my brain.
So this
Uh,
is an issue that a lot of CS candidates go through is
yeah,
they guess.
yeah,
And guessing will just bury you because I'd rather you say, I don't know, but I'm interested in learning, or I don't know,
yeah.
than you just
Mm,
say, here's an answer, I kind of guess, I didn't reason through it. If you have an 80% inference, just preface it with, I can infer based off of this. But if you're not sure,
uh,
I would rather you just say you're not sure and then we can move on.
that's a good tips, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's retry that question. I'm
Okay.
guessing from my experience in
Okay.
C,
Okay.
uh, since from what I can remember, int is a 4 byte, and I think not. I think I hope I remember that a character has a larger size, right? So since the minimum uh, based on the types that you can allocate is an int. I would say the minimum is like 4 bytes.
You said a character
So
is larger. Sorry, can you just what was that point there?
so I'm guessing, I'm not guessing. I'm going from the
Intuition, sure.
base for, yeah, intuition of, well, intuition, if I remember correctly, it was that int is a 4 bytes, right?
Yes.
And for some reason, I'm thinking a character was either 60, no, 16 bytes or 12 bytes since there is 255
So yeah, if there's
different,
255, if there's space for
yeah,
255 characters, how many bytes do you need to represent 255?
for
4?
4 bytes.
No,
No,
that's way too many.
that's too many.
How many values can you represent with 1 bit?
With 1 bit, you can only display 0 and 1, so either on or off.
Right. So you can, how many values does that represent, on or off?
2
That's right. How many can you do with 2 bytes? Sorry, 2 bits, 2 bits.
with 2 bits. Uh, that's 8, I think, because there's like 8 potential combinations.
Are there 8?
I don't know. I'm kind of getting like presentation anxiety right now.
Just think about
Uh,
it. It's 2 to the
yeah.
power of 2, right?
Mm,
Because each one can either be on or off. So that's
yeah.
4 combinations.
Mm,
So taking that a
yeah.
step further, how many combinations can be represented by 3 bits?
12.
How'd you get 12?
I just took the formula for 2 times the amount of bits placed, like 2, not squared, but what's it called when you not square it, but yeah,
You're saying 2 to the power of n.
yeah, 2 to the power of n.
Yeah. So it's effectively 2 to the power of 3.
Yeah.
And you said that was 12?
Oh no, fuck, man. 8.
Right. So now let's take it a step further. 4. 2 to the power of 4?
2 to the power of 4 is 16,
Right. So now one more. 2 to the power of 5?
32.
6?
Uh, 128.
No. 32 times 2 is what?
Ah, you said 32
Yeah, you said
and
32, which was
64.
right. And then I said times it by
Yeah,
2 again. 2 to the power of 6. Because we said 5
64.
previously. Yeah. 2 to the power of 7.
128.
Okay, now 2 to the power of 8.
256.
Okay, so how many bytes do you
That's
need?
inclusive 0.
How many bytes do you need to represent a
4,
character?
4, 4 bytes.
How'd you get to 4 if you said there's 256 values?
God damn. Uh, no, it's actually 2 bytes.
Wait, why 2 bytes? Because we said 200. So
I think
how many bits are in a byte?
it's 8,
Right?
8 bits in a byte.
8 bits can represent how many values?
255. Exclusive 0, but
Right,
inclusive
exclusive of 0,
256.
inclusive it's 256. So how many bytes are
Hmm.
needed to represent 256 values?
2 bytes.
It's 1 byte. Because it's 8 bits, and 8 bits are in 1 byte.
I That's true. God damn, man.
Yeah, so this is some of the like fundamental bit sort of concepts you.
Yeah,
I'll be real
I
with you
can't.
because you want the honest truth. If you can't get that in
Yeah,
an
hit me
interview,
hard.
it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, yeah, nah.
And
Thank you for
we
that
didn't even get to
because,
the original question, which is how many bytes is needed?
hmm,
How large does an object in Python need to be for it to call malloc outside of pymalloc?
yeah,
So the answer there is 512. And I was going to take it a step further and ask you about differences in how Python manages pools of memory and arenas in pools, or I believe it's pools in arenas, and then blocks in pools. But that's beyond. That's a little more advanced.
yeah,
Let's
yeah. I've
take it a
never
little
heard
more.
about.
That's okay. Let's take it a little more fundamental.
Hmm,
Um, what is Python does something called interning. Do you know what interning is?
no, uh, but if I guess from the name, it's instead of returning from like a function, you return to another function. I don't know. That was just a guess.
Okay.
Interning.
Interning is effectively when it allocates a single block of memory to represent an object and two
Okay.
separate variables point to that object. So if I was to write x equals 1 and y equals
Hmm.
1, how many
Hmm.
allocations do you think that program would have? X equals 1 and y equals 1. How many memory allocations?
I think since you said interning is where two objects point to one memory location, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah. Or two
Yeah,
references
then
to an object point to one memory location, point to one object.
yeah, then I'm guessing both of the x and y would point to the memory location of the value of one.
Exactly. So despite the fact that you wrote one twice, there's only one copy of one in the program. So that's what
Hmm.
interning is. It's an optimization for memory, effectively.
Okay.
You mentioned you did C before, and we're going to get to Python a little later, or back to Python. But how do I allocate memory in C?
You use malloc to allocate.
Okay, and what does malloc take in its as a parameter?
So you could either give the, let's say you have a struct, you could either use a pointer and point to that memory location, and it gives you that size of the struct. It returns that as a memory location, or you could give it the type. So let's say you want the integer. Yeah.
Give me an example. I want an example. So if I was to call
So
malloc, what would I pass to it?
you would pass to it the size of, then parentheses, and the type that you want to
Okay, and
allocate of.
what's returned to you?
What's returned to you is the address
And
of that
what's that address's
allocated.
type?
Uh, the address's type. What's the address's type? It's an int, no?
Do you get back if you would you get back an integer? So let's say I called malloc and I passed in I
Yeah,
want 4 bytes. So
yeah.
how would that look like if you were to write the method malloc with and you want to allocate 4 bytes?
Hmm. Are you asking for the code or?
Yeah, just talk to me. How would it look? It's not like you're not writing. I'm not asking you to like write Facebook, implement Facebook. I'm asking
Okay.
for what does
Yeah,
malloc
yeah.
do?
So how I would allocate 4 bytes is you do malloc size of uh, yeah. Let's say you have an int, then
Not an int, not an int. Let's say 5 bytes, not an int. I just want 5 bytes.
5 bytes. Okay. Uh, I'm guessing you have, let's say we put n equals 5, then I'll say malloc size of uh, n times 5.
How many will that allocate? That's not going to allocate 5.
No, that's not going to do it because the int is 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to return 25. Uh, I don't, honestly, I don't have a clue about that
Okay.
because we
So
usually, Yeah.
If malloc takes the size of an object, what's wrong with just
Mm.
giving it the number 5?
If you just give it the number 5 alone.
Yeah, because your malloc takes in the number of bytes you want to allocate, and
Mm.
if you give it 5, it'll allocate 5 bytes. What does it return? If I just give it 5, what will it return to me?
It will give you the address. I think it will return the address, right? So the base address. And
Okay, and what does that look like? Like, what type is it?
since I said int earlier, I'm gonna go with, I don't know. Uh, Honestly, I have no clue what it returns, like what the type that is returned is.
Okay. Um, it
Could you
returns.
answer that
Yeah, yeah.
such that?
It returns a void pointer in this case.
So I'd say my life and my choices has been like kind of a turbulence, and most of my like jobs that I can actually write on the CV is like kind of low end. It's been like all the way from janitor, then I went up to like a painter, then I've been like a restaurant, hotel, blah blah blah,
Sure. Yeah.
stuff. And there's like few types of stuff off the CV which is completely not legal to write, but I've had great success on them.
Okay.
Would you say that they matter?
Like, don't tell me you sell fentanyl. What do you mean things that are illegal and they're getting great success doing?
No, okay, so I'm not gonna rat out myself. So if anybody's like listening, this is like for educational purposes and comedic, right? You have
Yeah.
to agree, Jesus, come on.
Sure. Sure.
No, so I had some bad choices because, as you see, like my fundamental is lacking because, like the first few years of college,
Sure.
I've always been hungry, man. So I've
Yeah.
started selling drugs, especially like the uni, because everybody here has money, right?
Wait.
So I
Hold on.
started
Hold
from,
on. You said you started selling drugs?
yeah.
Okay, and this is not the stream for that. I don't want to get demonetized.
No, I was just kidding. Yeah, yeah. As I said, that was
Okay,
fake.
let's say hypothetically in Minecraft you were selling drugs, if that's really the
Yeah,
case.
yeah. And I was really good at it because I'm really good with people and I want to reach it, right?
And NPCs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve from Minecraft, he
Yeah.
managed to turn $200 to over 150K.
Okay.
So I know, I'm hungry. I got a dedication. But as I
Sure.
said, Steve has some past issues, and maybe that's why he's afraid his bride. So how would you like take this ability and put it in the tech world?
Okay. Sales might be an avenue for you. So if you're good at
Yeah,
selling watermelons in Minecraft to other
yeah,
NPCs, then you
mm,
might be able to take that and
mm,
with the knowledge you have in development, be somebody that's either
mm.
very good at understanding a product and how to market it and how
Yes,
to
sir.
move it through the pipeline,
We love
or
moving it.
move it through the various dungeons in the caves and not get caught by
Mm.
the creepers and the griefers.
Fuck
Or
the
you can
creepers.
be a sales guy that says, I know this
Yeah,
product
okay.
inside out because I speak the language of the tech scene. And I
Mm.
speak the language of the diamond pickaxes and the golden armor. And
I love you, man.
I can effectively sell this armor. I can sell these pickaxes to other dungeoneers that are looking to turn a profit, right? So that's the angle I would
Mm.
take.
Okay. No, thank you, man.
No problem.
So from 1 to 10, I have one last questions,
Yeah.
unless this goes like naturally down the line. From 1 to 10, what's the impression you got from my like the technical skills?
Um. Honestly, 2.
2?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's fine.
I,
And
f- I
listen.
felt it was I felt it was 1.
Okay. So, yeah. I would probably give it a 2 in terms of raw technical skills. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, as I told you, I was out in the Minecraft, so the fundamental was lacking.
That's okay.
I'm gonna lie.
Sometimes if all you do is play in the dungeons, you're probably not very good at cutting the wood in Minecraft, if you know what I mean.
Nah, nah. We we haven't done the Bruce Lee routine yet.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna get
thank you for
somebody
your
else
time, man.
in.
I appreciate it. I
Yep.
appreciate it. Thank you. And I wish you a good evening, bro.
You too. See you later, man.
Yes. Have a good day.
Bye.